if you're like me, when you travel, and well, even when you're not traveling, you like to go out to eat. And I can remember being younger, I loved going to a buffet because you could go to a buffet and you could get just about anything you wanted. Especially if you went to a buffet at, say, someplace like Golden Corral, where they had all kinds of different types of food, and you could have different types of food. You could have however much you wanted, and it was great. But the older I get, the more I find that it's a lot harder to get my money's worth out of a buffet. I just can't seem to eat enough to justify paying the price for the buffet. It's great to have all those choices, but it just doesn't seem to balance out to me. And you know, life is a lot like that. We are just flooded and inundated with all kinds of choices in life, choices for how to find meaning and peace and contentment, and the world just floods us with all these different options. And one of the things that I think that I find in my own life personally is the older I get, the more I just can't get my money's worth out of all the different options that the world throws at me. And so Ecclesiastes chapter 2 tells us much of that same thing. Solomon tells us in Ecclesiastes 2 verses 4 through 11 that he has gone out and he has searched far and wide for all these different pleasures that life has to offer, things that he could possess and gain and things that he could do. And what he finds is that everything, all the pleasures of life and the possessions that he could acquire, that at the end of the day, he just can't get his money's worth. He's still left feeling like everything is futile. All of this is worthless. And Jesus shares a similar message in Matthew chapter 16, verses 24 through 28. Jesus initially begins talking about taking up your cross and following him, and then he follows that up with this statement. He says, "For what will it benefit someone if he gains the whole world, yet loses his life?" And so the world offers us all kinds of different options, all kinds of different things we could do and pursue, but Jesus says, what good is all of that if you end up forfeiting your soul, if you lose your life? Jesus tells us if we would lose our life in him, if we would find our life in him, that we would then gain what is really and truly life. And so just as a buffet of food perhaps loses its appeal, seek only the true and lasting life available. And that is life that's found through Jesus. Have a blessed day.